What's going on? It's your girl Fathom DJ, live and direct from the city of ATL. This is a bit of a up close and personal conversation that I want to have. I am here in Atlanta. I now consider myself a member of the Atlanta DJ community to start. There's a bunch of communities that I'm a member of, but for the sake of the conversation, this one is about the concept of my DJ and music community. And I have to say music community because the treatment that I am going to lightly reference affects the music community, specifically DJs, but most certainly the treatment of artists who are DJs, artists who are performers, and things of that nature. I must tell you that I do not have a conceal and carry license as of yet. And I say that because there is negative energy around continuing to be in Atlanta in general. And my decision to be here was based on the fact of the universe to stay here as opposed to returning back to Chicago. I feel very inspired and encouraged to be here for the most part. I know that there's a lot of work to be done, and my goal as the music director and resident DJ for Parlor is to create wonderful experiences not only for the guests, meaning patrons, but also wonderful experiences for the artists and DJs, and the community of people on these projects. Having said that, I don't know that I really need to speak specifically to any particular venue or person. I will speak to the DJ community. We have several relationships that are normally in place for us to acquire opportunities to DJ in venues particularly. So you have a relationship with the venue, and maybe the venue is commissioning directly with DJs. You have the relationship with a promoter or an event planner who has a relationship with the venue and they book you to play. In my case, being the music director for Parlor, when you're looking to be booked, either you're approaching the owner and the owner is sending you to me. I am approaching you, booking you for the venue. The goal for Parlor, in my opinion, based on the specifications of the owner, is to create an amazing musical landscape for guests. That includes familiar and most certainly unfamiliar music. That includes what I consider to be his love of jazz, what I consider to be his addressing of more popular music genres, but also the creative energy of DJs that makes it glue and stick to create an experience. The goal for me as a DJ has always been to give you some familiarity in sounds, but also to give you an experience and have you explore different sounds so that it appeals to furthering your experience. Repetitiousness for me is humdrum. Predictability for me is humdrum. You could hire one DJ if you only are going to listen to the same 15 to 40 tunes over and over. The goal is to create a painting, if you will, as a DJ for me, and that painting is going to definitely have all of our contributions and all of our energy into it. It's not controlled by one person or one venue or what have you. Now, if you are being commissioned for corporate events or private events, then there may be a particular set list of music that you are to play, and you're being properly compensated for doing that. Of course, in those particular spaces, you may not be looking to garner other opportunities from them, except for that relationship that may continue to further you in the work. But if you're not being paid an amazing amount of money, then to do that, then you don't have to surrender your control creatively. You are, it hurts. Then maybe you don't want that opportunity. If you have a 9 to 5, if you have another stream of income that pays your rent or mortgage, that pretty much takes care of your financial needs, then you definitely can stand to turn down venues or turn down opportunities. Every opportunity is not for you. If you get, from an intuition standpoint, if you get a feeling that says that you need to take a break from particular venues, it means that you probably need to reevaluate whether or not you need to be associated with them. You have other possibilities to be able to brand and market yourself. That means that you don't have to maintain association with places that don't treat you well. And that is hospitality 101. Work with people who treat you well. Go to places that treat you well. It's deserved. You're worthy great treatment. So you have to stand firmly in faith and allow the universe to manifest these things if you truly believe that you are worthy of them. So in my case, again, without giving too much detail, I was given an out by the universe because I asked the universe for an out. Asked specifically because I was very unhappy energetically from the obligation of maintaining a living. I stayed longer than I should have. From the obligation of what I could do within my spirit to relieve myself, I did exactly what I was supposed to do. I talked to my father, and my father not only gave me a way out, but my father gave me everything I needed to be safe, secure, and well throughout the period upon which I was extracted from that space. You talk about faith. Was I afraid? Most certainly. Did I think I was going to have to leave? Most definitely. But I had a huge conversation with my Lord and Savior, and I was given every indication that it was meant for me to be here. I still have people who are like, when you coming home? You know, you might as well just, come back to Chicago. No, Atlanta is my home for a reason. And after my 2019 through the beginning of 2020 and how it turned, I know that is true. It also says that I'm preparing to do more in my own right to generate more interest for myself. If you do have another stream of income, then you can most certainly do what some of us are doing in building out and furthering your brand on the internet and associating with Twitch and creating, the proper protocol to be able to do shows on Twitch. There are thousands of other live streaming sites that you most certainly can hold shows and do podcasts and things of this nature. So one has to ask themselves, what are you willing to do so that you don't have to be in environments that make you unhappy? As a DJ, it is not only a job for me, but it is a creative outlet. And every opportunity isn't for creation. Some opportunities are just autopilot. This is what we want you to play. This is how much we were paying you to do it. And that is that. But if you're interested in making sure that not only your audience is happy, but you feel good about what you're doing and what you will do, you have to choose environments that allow you creative license, that allow you space to do it. People are very caught up in aesthetics, and because they want to be associated with something that's fabulous and glamorous, they're subjecting themselves to energy and treatment that may not be good for their spirits, and most certainly that's not good for the DJ culture. It's not. Now, we can have tons of debates about compensation, representation, what do I do in the meantime? There are tons of DJs who don't have FOMO, who are just like, I'm not afraid because I know I got these skills, I got these tools, and when the world opens back up, I'm going to be able to secure work. And then there are others who are desperate for the sake of, I don't even know where desperation comes from in that lane. Like, I know when COVID happened, we were all in a space of, what's going to happen. And we all use the internet to brand and market and let people know that we're here. That should never stop. If you don't have a Twitch show, if you don't have a live stream in rotation, if you don't have a podcast, if you don't have a YouTube page, if you don't have music on the market, if you don't have writer's credits or producer's credits or things, there are tons of ways to generate interest that say you don't have to work everywhere, especially when something triggers in you that says you have to take a break from particular venues. Like some of this, I'm not trying to make people seem under intelligent, but poor treatment is poor treatment, and there is no amount of money, no amount of fame that is worth you being treated terribly. I think I've said enough. Like we hit it. I think we did. Fathom DJ live and direct from the city of ATL. You can find me in your worldwide webosphere at findingfathomdj.com. You most certainly can find me at the hashtag of findingfathomdj. What do I have going on currently? I am at Parlor Den in the city of Atlanta on Wednesdays and Saturdays. I have Morning Love that normally happens on Wednesdays around the hour of 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I have Smash or Trash that happens on Friday nights around the hour of 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I have Music and Wine that happens on Sundays around the hour of 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Those are my 3 sessions, live sessions. I have a channel of my own that is twitch.tv/FathomDJ. I also have a shared channel for Parlor Den Music that is twitch.tv/Parlor Den Music. And we have DJ streaming on that channel daily who are contributing to entertaining, branding, and marketing themselves. In addition to all of my other channels and continuing to produce more music, in addition to the promise to get this 45 out and this video for When We Met out, this animation video, there are other things that I won't discuss that I'm working on in my own right as well. But you have to stay firm and you have to stay faithful and you have to be vested in yourself and know what you're worthy of, and know that it is okay to say no and allow the universe to work its magic for you. And it most certainly will. So I'm sending cosmic kisses to your day and your week, and you most certainly can find me in your worldwide webosphere if you choose to. Space.